Alright guys, it's your boy TG baby. So today I'll be showing you guys how to deploy using GitHub. Basically we're still on deployment, we're doing continuous deployment. So now I'll be using Visual Studio 2022. Gotta have a GitHub account, Azure account, what else? Yeah, those three. Also, we can also add Azure DevOps, and then we can deploy using GitHub and Azure DevOps. But for this video, I'll just show you how to deploy using GitHub only from Visual Studio. So first thing we do, we open Visual Studio, and then we have to go and make a GitHub account if we don't have one. GitHub. Okay, so already I have a GitHub account, so let me show you. But this is where you go if you do not have one. Okay, you just sign up using your email, then you're good to go. So another thing is you have to connect your GitHub account with your Visual Studio account, so that you just take your project and save it straight to GitHub from Visual Studio, and then from there we deploy. Okay, but I'll show you. We'll create a new project. Okay, so we'll still be using an ASP.NET Core Web App, MVC. So you search for MVC on this side if you do not have it here. So mine is okay. So now guys, we have to connect our GitHub account with our Visual Studio account. So there's two ways of connecting your GitHub account. So the first one is you click here, and then you add another account, and then you click GitHub. Then a pop-up window will show. Then GitHub is authorized and that's successful. Okay, now we can return to Visual Studio. Okay, close that. So if you go back, you check, there is my GitHub account. Another way of doing this is if you go to File, Account Settings, then you click Add and GitHub account. Okay, I've already added my account, so I won't do it again. Okay, so now another issue is this: if you have used your account, let's say your GitHub was on Chrome, and now you disconnected it from Visual Studio, now you want to reconnect, it sometimes gives you issues, so you have to use Edge. Edge doesn't give you issues. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to run this application and see how it runs. Okay, it's done. This is the output. Alright, so we close that. Then now we go to Git, we create a Git repository. Okay, then here make sure it's GitHub selected, and then this is my GitHub. So we have to name a repository. So I'll name this deployment 2. Deployment 2. Okay. Description will be deploying web app using GitHub on Azure. Okay, then we create and push. Okay, so let's go back and check our GitHub if a repository has been created. So a repository, it's like your folder where you keep all your code. Okay, now we search for deployment. Let's do this. Check repositories. It should show here. So wait, I think it's still creating. So now if it's not there on GitHub, okay, let me reload first. it's not there. So we click Git again, then we say push. Okay, let me go back and check. Okay, there it is. Deployment 2. Alright, so okay, all our code is here. Okay, so the next thing to do now is to go to Azure to deploy this. So we go to portal.azure.com. Okay, we sign in. Okay, so now we logged in on Azure. So now we create a resource group. So we click create, and then we call this deployment 2 resource group. Okay, then next, then we create. Okay. Okay, so now our resource group has been created. We open that, and then we create a web app or an app service. Okay, create a web app. If you don't find a web app here, you just search it, web app. Okay, take the one from Microsoft, then you create. Okay. So now we name this Git deployment. So this is going to be our domain name. So it's already taken this one, Git deployment 2. Okay, yeah. So we select our runtime stack. We're using .NET 8. Okay. Then pricing plan, we're using the free one. Okay, next. We don't use a database. Next, it's deployment. Okay, then we do continuous deployment because we'll be deploying using GitHub. Okay, we enable. Then already it recognizes my GitHub account. Okay, now we select an organization. It's my organization. Then we look for the repository, deployment 2. There it is. Select that. Then we master branch because there's only one branch. Okay, so the branch you select will be the one that will be deployed. Okay, now we click next, then next. Okay, next again, and then next. Okay, then we create. Okay, then it's done. So we go to resource. So this is our domain name, right? So we click here to check if it says deployed. Okay, it's still waiting for content. Usually it takes like 5 minutes to deploy this thing, so I'll just I'll just wait 5 minutes, then I'll check it back after 5 minutes to see if it has deployed. Okay guys, it's been 5 minutes, so now let's refresh and check. Okay, boom, our website is deployed. So guys, yeah, that's how you deploy websites using GitHub continuous deployment. Yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Also guys, you can also comment other videos you want me to do, then I'll just do those videos and hopefully we learn something.